Alright, YouTube land, we're back with another video. This time we've got a Striker SR497 HPC sent in by Steve. Steve, we haven't done anything to the radio. We just got you hooked up to the equipment here. We're going to check it out and see how bad she is. Let's see, 27.205 enter. I ain't even finished setting stuff up here. Spectrum analyzer set up. Got that all set up. Okay, mic gain all the way up. Turn the power all the way up. Oh yeah. Turn the top back down. Yeah, she's square waved out the kazoo, and we got a nice Christmas tree. So yes, we definitely got our work cut out for us, Steve. Definitely whoever tuned this one needs to lay down the golden screwdriver. So all right, we're gonna be back. We'll open it up and see what we got once we open it up. We'll be back. Okay, so we're back, and right off the bat, we've got springs stretched out, all stretched out of whack. We've got modulation limiters pulled. We've got stuff that's been clipped and put back together, and we've got all kinds of good stuff. So anyway, we're going to put all this back to stock and realign and do a proper alignment on the transmit and get it back like it's supposed to be. And then Steve's requested the work's done to this radio, so then we're going to do receive upgrades. We're going to do the receive upgrades, and we're going to do the works. So we'll be back. Okay, so we're back real quick. We're about midway through the realignment process here, and I don't have what I'd call a perfect waveform, but it's a whole lot better than what it was. We still got to do some work to that. Still not what we like to see at all. But just checking here. And I kind of kicked myself because I was going through this. We've got quite a bit of harmonics here. We're at a 200 kilohertz span. We'll back it up to 100. We can see the whole picture. And it's not real bad right now. Like I said, we're about halfway done. We're going to do some work to that and get rid of some of that distortion and finish the full alignment on the transmit, and we'll definitely get that cleared up. So anyway, by far not the worst radio I've ever seen. Pretty much just typical hackery. You know, take a little time to get her straightened out, but that's why he sent her down. So we're going to get back on this, and we'll be back. All right, and we're back, and we're pretty much done with the alignment under a 1 kilohertz tone. She's definitely looking good now. We're still at the same 200 kilohertz division, and we've knocked those distortion spikes right out. She's clear all the way around. We can even go up now to let's go 10 kcs. There's 10 kcs. We're not splattering. Looking good. Got a decent wave. This is with a 1 kilohertz tone. Now, one thing I want to cover real quick. I'll turn that off for a second. I don't want the radio to overheat. I see it every now and then. I seen it the other day again. Somebody recommending, well, when I have a perfect wave, my radio doesn't sound good, or they don't say I sound as good. Under voice modulation, you will never have a perfect wave. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. I had a phone call and it cut the video off. So, as I was saying, under voice, you're never going to have a perfect wave on an oscilloscope. And, you know, you're measuring your 100% modulation with a 1 kilohertz tone on a properly calibrated RF generator going into the radio. And that's how you do that, and that's how you set everything up. So this radio is going to all the way up, power all the way up, dead key 30. Under voice modulation, it may do a little bit more than 120 watts, may show about 125 or so peak power, but that's about all it's going to do. I mean, you've only got a 2290 in the output section. You know, that's depending on what version of the data sheet you're looking at, it's a 60 or an 80 watt transistor. So depending on what Toshiba data sheet you want to look at. But you know, like I say, look at a Texas Star modulator or one pill. You know, we get more out of those. We drive them with a dual final radio. You may see 140, 150 watts PEP power, but this only has one. You got one pre-driver and you've got one RF520, and so we're not hitting this 2290 real hard, especially when it's been properly aligned. So anyway, we're going to get off that, and we're ready to do the receive. So right now I'm going to pause the video, and we're going to get the receive generator and all that hooked up here, and we're going to check out the receive of this radio and do a SINED test and see. And I haven't looked up the Striker 497 specs. This being an older radio, older version, I don't know what it says we need to get to reach 12 dB of SINED, but we'll definitely check it out here in just a minute and find out. So we'll be back. Y'all stay tuned. Okay, we're back, and our signal to noise on the SINED, it's bouncing between the negative and the 0 right there. So that's, you know, that means 0 dB. And we're at a negative 110. So we definitely can, I think we can improve on that. We'll do the receive upgrades. Basically what that entails is we upgrade the receiver and perform the upgrades on the receiver and realign the receiver. So that's what we're going to do now, and we'll be back when we get done with that, and then we'll do an overview of the radio and we'll be done. Okay, and we're back, and we've completed all the receive upgrades. The radio had to replace this slug, as I told. Then we totally realigned. We did do the Scotchy upgrades, and we did our other exclusive upgrades that we do that I will discuss with you, Steve. But it's kind of top secret stuff, and that's not a joke. It is. It's stuff that I work very hard on to give the best service possible. So anyway, we're at a negative 120 down now, and the thing, I can hear it clear in here, but I get people say, well, you know, on your machine when you're down at 120, I don't always hear that tone. You said it's in there. Well, what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to button the radio up, because we're going to do an overview of the radio, and I'll plug in the external speaker, and we'll go from there. So you'll be able to hear it from the external speaker. So we'll be back here in just a minute, and we're going to plug that in, and we're going to do an overview of the radio and wrap this thing up. Be right back. Now we're back, and we're talking about a signal that's negative 120 dB down. That is super, super low in the mud. Basically the only way I can describe it. And I'm not sure. We'll do this. You guys can hear it. It's in there. Okay, right there is negative 115. That's 5 dB sensitive than it was at when we started. And when we started, that's what we were setting at. Well, we was at 0. We was bouncing at 0 right here on the SINED. Bouncing at 0, and now we're at 0.32 at negative 115. So that kind of tells you right there. If we got to go by the numbers. Put it at 0. Right there, negative. Actually, to get to 0 where we were when we started, we have to be at negative 127. So, the signal's in there, and you can hear it at negative 120. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. But anyway, believe me when I tell you, you will hear things that other people aren't. I have people, and I want you guys to come on out. You guys that have gotten these done, I want feedback. You can leave it in the video. David, Robbie, Sean, you guys have done, you know, several of these radios like this. You guys tell these guys what they're missing, and let them know, because it's pretty awesome stuff. I mean, to be able to hear stuff. I got David telling me that he's hearing things that base stations aren't hearing in his mobile, and that's pretty impressive. So people getting accused of ghost talking because they're pulling out stations that other people can't pull out. So you know, yes, it takes a very expensive piece of equipment to do this and to get everything lined up. And I mean, I am a perfectionist. I'm sitting here and I'm just tweaking and you know, trying to get the noise level, keep the noise level down and bring the signal out of the mud. That's what we're doing here on this receive parts. And then the same thing on the transmit side. I am tweaking and tweaking and tweaking to get the distortion out of your signal. I don't want you to have distortion. So anyway, enough of me talking. I'm going to get this all hooked back up, and we're going to do a final overview of the radio and the build, and I'll be back. All right, and we're back, and let's flip the radio over here, and let's get something. We'll just prop her up like that right there, just temporarily. And what we're going to do is 27205 center frequency. We're getting everything set up here. And I'm just going to kind of show you what the radio does now. We'll turn the talk back up. Hello, 1 2. And I'm using for the voice test, I'm using a SR198 Ranger. Love those microphones. Hello, 1 2 3 4. Audio check check. All right, so that kind of gives you an idea. 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. Looking good there. 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. Looking good there. Now we'll show you what we're doing. Variable power all the way up. Got a 500 watt slug in here. Got a 30 watt dead key. Audio radio 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 3 4 5. Audio check check. Modulating almost 130. So we're modulating with voice. We're modulating. Oh, if you're doing a 4-to-1, a little hotter, but it's always going to be with voice. You're going to be hotter than a tone. The only perfect waveform, as I stated earlier, is going to be with the tone injected. And so my voice drives this harder than the tone does, because your voice is full of lots of tones. It's not just 1 kilohertz tone, but that is the proper way to line a radio, is with a 1 kilohertz tone. So anyway, 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. So that's why we're doing 120 watts PEP power. We can turn the talk back down if you guys want to hear it. We'll do like some close proximity. Nothing connected to this but a piece of coax. There's nothing going to this radio. Hello, 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. Nothing but loud, clear modulation. Hello, 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. Audio check check. That's one hell of a radio, man. Steve, you got one hell of your SR497 HPC is it's awesome. It's one hell of a radio. All right, and we're back, and as I was saying before my phone rang again, appreciate you guys watching these long videos to the end. I don't do a lot of these radios. I ain't taking a lot of them on, but if it's something you want done to your radio, you can ask some of these other guys. I'll get them to post their comments. They're all telling me it's well worth the money spent. It's not cheap because it's several hours to do one, but everybody that's gotten one done has all said the same thing. They're getting accused of being ghost talking because they're hearing things that other people aren't, and several have told me that their locals have told them that they've never sounded better at any point that they've ever heard them. So you know, that's some hellacious flowers they're sending my direction, and I appreciate it, guys. Y'all know the story. I'm behind. Craig, your 5 pill probably Monday or Tuesday, shipping your direction. David, your 8 pill rebuild or repair, rebuild, freshen up, whatever you want to call it, probably Wednesday. Mark, your deal, trying to get that knocked out this week. Anyway, we're moving forward. I can't mention everybody. I've got a 6 pill that's already up there that's getting packed for shipping, and like I said, it'd be another few minutes if I mentioned everybody. Guys, just be patient. We're getting your stuff done as quick as we can. We've got a pretty cool Cobra 29 XLR build coming up, and So anyway, we're going to get out of here. You guys have a good one. Be safe, be careful, and be kind. We'll catch you next time, and I'm gone.